Hello everyone and welcome to an episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your yarn host, Jennifer. First thing we're going to cover is my health. I was pretty sick in the last video. I didn't realize how sick I was, so I went to the doctor. But I got a ton of comments and emails and messages. Everyone wishing me well, praying for me, asking how I was. So I wanted to cover that first. I'm okay. I have an antibiotic resistant form of pneumonia. So they put me on this massive dose of antibiotics that actually bond to your DNA, and then told me not to go to the gym because for the next several months there's a chance that my ligament or tendon, I don't remember which, could tear from this antibiotic. Well, alrighty then. So, I don't know. It seems to be working. It's working slowly. It's been, I think Friday I went and got the antibiotic, and today is Wednesday. So I have antibiotics until Friday. And of course, they're concerned because after this being my third round of antibiotics, I should not still have fluid in my lung, and I do. So this whole lung is like liquidy. So I have to get a chest x-ray and go from there. Yeah, and I know some of you relate to this, but you get to the point where you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired. And it's exhausting, and you just... That's where I'm at, pretty much. I am feeling better slowly, though. Very, very slowly. My husband has noticed the past couple of nights that I'm actually breathing better when I sleep, which is a huge deal because I was waking up gasping because I was coughing so hard I could not get air into my lungs, which is scary as hell because there's a long line of pulmonary issues in my family. My grandfather on my dad's side died from lung cancer, but he was a heavy smoker. His son contracted tuberculosis and actually lost a lung, and then ended up dying from esophageal cancer that spread into his lung, I believe. And then my dad had pulmonary fibrosis, which is a horrible disease that I pray no one I know or no one you know ever gets it, because he basically suffocated to death. But he got pneumonia and died, which scared me. And then my uncle on my mom's side died from pneumonia. That's terrifying to someone who already has anxiety. Terrifying. But I'm managing the anxiety. I'm managing the freak out mode. I also hate taking medicine. So all of these pills and medicines freak me out. But I'm doing really well taking all of those and not freaking out. So I know some of you can relate to that. Some of you can't. But I wanted to get the health thing out of the way first so that no one worries. And I am doing okay. And you don't need to bombard me with feel better soon. I know you guys all wish me well, and I know you're all praying for me, and I love you, and I appreciate all of you for that. So thank you. I just came on because I wanted to show you guys what I've been doing, and I'm trying to get back to normal as much as possible. So we had a snow day yesterday, so the kids got sent home early from school. Now, I'm from Michigan, and we have 4 months of snow where I'm from, pretty much. So when people freak out here in Virginia because it's a dusting of snow or there's a threat of snow, I laugh at them because I've driven in blizzards. I have had to work in blizzards. Everyone I have ever known has had to work and continue life and go to school in blizzards and cold and snow. And when I first met my husband, we didn't have a car. We actually didn't have anything. We had an apartment, one pillow to share, one blanket to share, a pot and a spoon. That's what we moved into our first apartment with. We had nothing. And he got a really good job through a temp agency, and he would walk to work. Well, he would walk to the bus stop, and then he would stand in snow, sometimes up to his knees, wait for the bus, which always was late in the snow, and then he would, repeat the process to come back home And he did it day in and day out and day in and day out. That actually is what earned my parents' respect for him, is because he worked. He's never been without work. Like, he takes care of me. He always has taken care of me. And anyway, so that's what makes this whole snow thing so funny, because I was actually talking to my eye doctor about this too, because he's from Indiana. So he had snow growing up till he moved here. And so when there's a threat of snow, or it's too cold, or it's windy, or sometimes when it's raining, they shut everything down and freak out. And they run to the store and clear the shelves of bread and milk and water. And eggs. And so I know all of my friends from the southern parts of the states, or like warmer climate, you're probably going to get offended by this, but it's just funny to us northerners, you know? It's funny, it's amusing that everybody freaks out, you know, because I'm out there in it. As soon as it snows, my kids are in the snow playing, you know? When we went to Michigan for Thanksgiving, my kids, I made sure that I bought snow pants for my son, because I can't find them here. And I know that, like, if I have snow pants for him 1 day or 2 days of the year, he can go play in the snow and not freeze to death. Which also reminds me, I need to dig out the mittens and the hats, because they're buried in the closet, because they don't get used that often. I mean, the hats do, but like, I have special, like, extra warm hats for the winter when it snows. Which is funny, because it's supposed to be like 40 something today, and there's snow on the ground, so it's gonna melt. But school got canceled because there are some roads that have snow on them still, and they may cancel school tomorrow even if there's no snow. That has happened year after year since I've lived here, so it's funny. Anyway, so that I'm trying to get back to normal, but the kids are still here, and you know, there's that whole extra process of cleaning up after the kids and cooking extra meals for the kids, because I don't really eat when no one's home. Like, I have a protein shake in the morning just so I get my vitamins in. And then I have like a small lunch, because I have a lot of stomach issues. And with me being sick, this antibiotic makes me so severely sick to my stomach. I like can barely eat. Which, I mean, if I drop pounds, that's not a big deal. But yeah, I keep looking out the window because the sky is blue, and like, you know, when the sky is blue and there's snow on the ground, it's so beautiful. Anyway, let's get on to crochet, because I'm rambling like a rambling fool today. So, my throat is probably going to be messed up until the winter breaks, because I have severe allergies in the winter. And so I will always have drainage and itchiness, and I apologize if I sound terrible and I'm not my normal, like, you know, chipper self. But also, on top of the pneumonia, I also have a severe sinus infection. Yeah, so I got ear issue. I got all kinds of crap going on. I'm ready to feel better. 2020, I'm going to get all of this situated. My stomach issues are going to be resolved, or at least managed. I'm going to get everything, just because my blood pressure, my heart issues that I have are completely under control, but everything else is going haywire. Anyway, I wanted to show you this. I made this poncho to make myself feel better. We're going to call this my Cheerful poncho. And I bought this yarn because I saw Miss Penny from Penny Ann's Creation buy it.
I got a game called With My Mickey.
Awesome. Like I said, little man is home. He will be interrupting. He's 5. Anyway, I saw Miss Penny Ann buy this. This came in the fashion bag. Let me pull out a fashion bag to show you guys who don't have an AC more. These were really popular at AC Moore for me. These will go on sale for $5 a bag. And this one actually has 10 balls in it, but this one only had 7. 3. Yeah, this one had either 6 or 7 in it. And these would go on sale for $5. They're the fashion bags. AC Moore stopped getting them several months ago. Like several months ago. They stopped getting anything new in, which is when I should have knew something was happening. Anyway, so Miss Penny Ann bought a bag with this exact yarn in it, and I was like, oh, those colors. Oh, I forgot I can do close-ups with y'all. Yay! Okay, so this is Isaac Mizrahi Craft, and yes, it's made by Premier. This is in the colorway Union Square. All of Isaac Mizrahi's yarns is based off of, I think, places in New York. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty positive. They all seem to have those type of New York names. So Union Square. And this is a super bulky 6. It's only 69 yards. So it took a whole bunch to make this. But because it's such a bulky yarn, I started off up here, and I think I started with a row of half doubles, and then I did this with a smaller hook. I think it was 11 and a half. So I did half doubles, and then I did double crochet, I think chain 2, double crochet to get a big hole, because my plan was to grab a big ass hook. Oh, to grab a big hook. I'm sorry for cussing, guys, okay? So grab a big hook. These are single crochets with, I think, a 25 millimeter hook. Single crochets. And then for the peaks, to make it go like this, I did single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in the same to make it, you know, go to a peak. It's not perfect. It has this weird twist at the bottom, but it's so comfy. It still needs to be stretched some. You know how when it pulls back on itself, it still needs to be stretched some. It needs to be worn. But I really like the colors, and it's thick and squishy. And we took my husband out to eat for his birthday the other night, which I should not have gone out in the cold rain. But I did, and I'm going to take a drink because I can. My Tim Hortons cup. This is just soda. I'm not supposed to have caffeine, but feeling as bad as I do and needing more energy, I've been having just a cup of caffeine a day. Just a small cup of soda, just to boost my energy level. Anyway, so we went out to eat. It was cold and it was rainy. I threw on my poncho because I wanted to feel better. And we're walking, you know. We went up to the restaurant. We just went to, what is the name of that restaurant? Red Robin. My husband signs up for all the clubs to get his freebies for his birthday. He is a coupon king, dude. He loves coupons. Let me tell you. He will use a coupon anywhere and everywhere he can find a coupon. He likes to save his money. He got that from me. I'm going to take credit for that because I use coupons for all my craft supplies. I hunt down bargains as much as I can. But I taught him how to thrift shop. I taught him how to bargain shop. I taught him not to be scared to use a coupon. But he takes it a little bit further than I do. So, well, he takes it a lot bit further than I do. Anyway, I know I'm rambling. So we went out to I keep wanting to call it Ruby Tuesdays. That's not what it's called. Red Robin. And he got his little free burger. Which, can I tell you, the waitress made me angry. I know that I'm a big girl, okay? My husband ordered a big giant burger. He's a man. He eats a lot. I ordered a small burger. I know what I'm capable to eat. I know that I don't like eating a lot. I'm trying to be healthful. Also, like, this medicine makes me sick to my stomach. And honestly, I don't eat that much. I used to, but not anymore, you know? The waitress leans over. She goes, you know that's the small burger, right? Do you think I don't know what I'm ordering? You think because I'm fat, like I need a big giant burger? Really? And on top of that, I didn't even finish my food. I gave it to my son, who is 5 and ate like all of it. Anyway, I'm like, why do people assume? Like, and even if she did assume, she didn't have to say nothing. I know what I'm ordering. If I'm still hungry, I can order dessert and then you get like a bigger percentage of a tip. You're a stupid waitress for doing that. But anyway, I know, I'm ranting. But anyway, while I was wearing my poncho, my daughter didn't have a jacket on because she's 14 and, like, you know how teenagers are. She looks over at me. She's like, it's really cold outside. I said, I'm not cold. She's like, I really wish I had a poncho. I wish I had it right now. I said, Juju, do you, because we call her Juju. I said, Juju, do you want me to make you a poncho? I'll make you a poncho. She goes, yeah, but I'm not wearing it to school. Well, I already figured that because she's like embarrassed to crochet and homemade, and God forbid her mother is like super talented and can make her cool shit. I'm gonna have to like redo this video. I'm sorry. I cuss in my everyday world, and I guess I don't know. I'm gonna bleep that word. I'm gonna bleep the last one too. Um, it's one of those days. It is. It's one of those days. I'm feeling a little too comfortable, I think. Well, anyway, I'm proud of my poncho. I think it's beautiful. I don't have a pattern for it. Because a lot of my stuff I just play with, you know. So this is just single crochet with a 25mm hook. Which I hate working with them big giant plastic hooks. I have a wooden hook that Crystal from Ricola Crystal Crochet and Stuff. I cannot ever remember her name. I consider her like one of my friends, but I cannot ever remember the channel. Ricola Crystal Crochet and Stuff. I believe that's what her channel name is. She sent me this really cool wooden hook because I had a plastic hook and it disappeared. And so she sent me a wooden one, and it's from Darn Good Yarns, and it is a cool hook. And I cannot for life me find that one now. And I know it's in a project bag somewhere. I know it is. So I need to clean out my craft closet because there's a hallway closet that goes under the stairs that is just jam-packed full of stuff that doesn't look pretty in here, or like my scrap balls of yarn and like my tubs filled with stuff that I've made that is either set to donate or is winter wear, or I have a tub of I made a blanket out of all my dad's old shirts. It's the only thing I have from him. But I made a blanket out of all his old shirts, and that's in a Ziploc baggie. And that's in the closet in a tub with some, you know, specials that I made blankets for my future grandkids. I don't know why I did. I made little baby blankets and I love them so much. I'm like, okay, this is for my future grandchildren. And who knows what's going to happen. My daughter does not plan on having children. My son is only 5. I don't know what's going to happen to the blankets by then, or if they'll ever become for my grandchildren, or if I'll just end up donating them. But I have them. You know, I have this fear that I'm going to die young and my grandkids won't have anything from me because my mom died. My mom died at 53. And my dad died at 63. And my grandparents all died young. Well, most of my grandparents died young. And so, like, I have this fear that I'm going to die young and, like, you know, I'm not going to have anything for my grandkids left. I don't know. It's part of the anxiety that I have, that I've always had from childhood trauma that I had. That, you know, I fear death and illness and medicine and all that from just stuff that I've experienced. Anyway, you guys are learning way too much about me. I'm feeling a little exposed. Anyway, we're getting back to crochet. Okay, I made this scarf. This is, I think, Charisma from Michaels. I had this yarn. This is one of the absolute very first yarns I ever bought when I learned to crochet 3 years ago. And so what I'm trying to do is clean out the old and make room for the new. And this was one of those things. Is I had 3 balls of this, or 3 skeins of this Charisma. I think it was Charisma. And so I made a scarf. And I actually weaved in the ends, which I'm super proud of myself for doing. And this is just a super long scarf. Nothing special. This will be, you know, this will probably be a donate item. Because we have a lot of homeless people in my area down by the freeway. They make little camps and stuff down there. And then panhandle. And while I won't give them money because they show obvious signs of addiction, and I'm not feeding anyone's addiction, I will donate, like, you know, stuff to keep them alive. Warm food, water, that kind of thing. Stuff they can't return to buy drugs with. And the reason I say that is because I have experience with drug addicts and I know how they think and how they act. And there was one guy, as an older man, he would only come and panhandle at the end of the month. He was a much older, like he was probably late 60s, early 70s. And he would come and he had a cane and he was just an old man. And he would stop and panhandle for money just every once in a while, you know, just at the end of the month it seemed. And I told my husband, I was like, you know, I really think his Social Security ran out and he just needs a little bit of money. And so I would give money to, because I pictured my dad or my grandfather standing on the corner, and that broke my heart, you know. And because he was only there at the end of the month, I'm quite positive that it was just, he ran out of Social Security money. And he actually disappeared. He stopped coming, stopped showing up. about a year and a half ago, and I don't know what happened to him, but you know, if he's still around, he's in my prayers, absolutely. Actually, the drug addicts are in my prayers too, because I know they have family members out there that are actually heartbroken for the way these people have turned out. Yeah, I'm depressed. That was depressing. All right, next thing I made. Oh, I made this. This. Brunhilde is wearing this. This is a total mess up, but it actually turned out, I actually like the way it turned out. I'll take it off her and show you in a minute. This yarn I showed in my Instagram feed, and I think on my Facebook I did too. This yarn I got at my very last trip to, it's really soft. It's really soft. Brunhilde doesn't mind if I, give her a little rub over here and there. Don't laugh, you'll cough. Anyway, it's earth tone brushed. And I hated this yarn. I hated it. It was terrible to work with. It was so fuzzy. I'll show you close up. It's so fuzzy that actually someone asked me if it was felted. Because it's just, ugh. It's soft. But it's hard to see the stitches. That's supposed to be a scallop, by the way. It was hard to work with this yarn. I usually can feel my way through the stitches, but by the way, I got this in one of my Christmas cards with my stitch markers. So thank you to the person that sent me that, because I actually really like it. Anyway, it's supposed to be asymmetrical. And I put a little scalloping edge around it, which curls a little bit. It may need to be blocked, but I don't block anything, so it's not getting blocked. Anyway, and then I put like this cool panel in it. I'm calling it a window. A little window. And this is, I think, I started in half double crochets. And then this is the V-stitch in like a square that I measured out. And then we went to double crochets. And then I did some little, chain one, skip one holes on this end. And I was making it so that it went this way and the scallop was on the end, but it's not big enough that way. This is just asymmetrical. And you saw it's beautiful on Brunhilde. It probably would be beautiful on me if I knew how to wrap it around myself right, but because I'm big, it lays funny. And my poncho's going up around my throat. Ugh. Okay. But it's beautiful, and it will no doubt be a gift for someone or a donation thing. It was just me trying to play with the design. But a lot of people said that they really like this. A lot of people said they really like this. And they would like it to be, they'd like to see it in a different yarn. So I may try to work this pattern into another yarn. We're going to leave Brunhilde naked for a minute because I made another shawl. And I'll show you that one. This one's the same thing as asymmetrical. This is four of the little Karen cupcakes, the little ones, I'd held 2 together and then 2 more together. So we're just going to call this my rainbow shawl. It kind of reminds me of a sail, like a sailboat sail. It's too big to show you, but I'll try to back up as much as I can. We got some really cool colors. Starts off in the cools and then goes to the warms. Total scrappy vibe. We'll turn around. We'll throw this on Miss Brunhilde. This does not fit me. It's kind of stiff because it's two shawls. See, I don't even know how to put this on her. I have to look up some videos on how to wear this. And then we come in with my little pin. See, this is gorgeous on her. This might just be for a skinny person. Bam. See, isn't that pretty? I love the colors. But I think that's going to be for a skinny person. I think it turned out beautiful. And all I did was, I started here with half double. No, I didn't. That's double crochets. And I only increased on one side. So one side is increases and one side is just straight, carry it through. And then a section about this big, I do not count. I don't count. I measure with my hand. And if it's not perfect, I don't care. Because that takes the fun out of it for me, Like if I can look at it and it looks visually appealing to me, I'm cool with that. If there's mistakes, nobody that is going to receive this or buy this is going to count the stitches. They're not. Even like a professional crocheter who does only this for a living is not going to go, oh, that's not counted right. They're not going to do that. They're going to go, oh, that's pretty, or oh, that's hideous. You know what I'm saying? So I measured here. Oh, that's about right. Oh, that's about right. Oh, that's about right. And then as I got here, I made the pieces. I made it slightly bigger than that, and then slightly bigger than that. So like I would add 2 rows on and then do my little holy element. What? See, I'm looking backwards, so I can't find my whole element. Isn't that pretty? Or ugly? I mean, whatever you. Some people don't like the weird colors. See me? Now, you will never catch me in neutrals. I'm just not a neutral kind of person. This is very much my personality. And some people hate it, and some people love it. The color and the personality. I don't care. Isn't that pretty, though? I really like this. I really like this. I think it needs to be washed. It's really stiff because it's 2. Anyway, this was 4 skeins. This was a skein. This was 6 skeins. Yeah, this was 6 skeins. I have been going through the yarn, guys. This was 3. Let's do a little math. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that's 14 skeins of yarn that I've used since January 1st. I've been sick. I ain't had nothing else to do. And then this next project used up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This used up 6 skeins of yarn. Let me show you this. I'm so proud of this. This, if you guys remember, about a month ago, I got the Premier Home Cotton Extra Large. It is that real thick cotton, and I didn't like it because I didn't know what I was going to do with it at all. It seemed a little expensive to me, but now that I've worked with it, oh my God, I'm going to buy some more. You guys, like, I give you guys my initial opinion on what I think of the yarn. I test it out. I tried it. I give you my honest opinion. I was not sure that I liked this yarn. Okay, wait till you see this. I told you I was going to make a bath mat out of it, but I wasn't quite sure. I totally made a rainbow. And now it pulls back. The stitches pull back. It definitely needs to be blocked. Because it will, if I pull it, it lays completely straight. But right now the stitches are trying to like pull the arms down. But it needs to be blocked. How gorgeous is this rainbow? This is my new bath mat. I have a giant garden tub that I soak in at least once a week, sometimes 2-3 times a week. And when me being sick, I've been in it like every other night, just soaking in and putting Johnson & Johnson's baby vapor stuff. I put that in the bathtub and it just opens everything up so I can breathe. How cool is this bath mat? It's almost the length because it stretches my arm to my arm. And I don't know if you know this, but from fingertip to fingertip, actually fingertip to fingertip, that's how tall you are. So this rug is 5'8", roughly, because I'm 5'9", and it's like an inch short of my wingspan. Oh, this will take up the whole width of my bathtub. Now, I will tell you, because crochet is slippery sometimes, this does not feel like it would be slippery. Like, it has texture to it. It's kind of like stiff, you know. I do put a regular store-bought bath mat under these because I have one upstairs right now that's acrylic, and this is creeping again. That's acrylic, and it's really pretty, but it just serves as like an extra bath mat. I keep a bath mat under it that has the rubber on it and the extra absorb, because I know this will absorb, but there's also a lot of holes, and I don't feel like slipping and falling and dying in my bathtub. But anyway, this was 6 more skeins of yarn. I already forgot what my count was. But oh, and it's so thick. It's so thick. This only took me a couple hours to make. And I need to clean my bathroom like spotless so I can put it up there and show you guys because I want to take a picture. I love that. But that is like the yellow, the orangey, the pink, the green, and 2 different color blues. That is all of them. And I had, while I was working on that, I had some little bits and balls of scraps left over. Trying to kill me. I had scraps. My husband had asked for hot pads for the table. We have a really old, we bought it at the thrift store, but it's a gorgeous table. We have our dining room table. A lot of furniture nowadays are made out of like pressed wood, crap wood, fiber wood, whatever that crap wood is that they give you, you know. I like solid wood, so a lot of my furniture comes from thrift stores or resale shops. And the table has been coated with wax a lot over the years. Whoever had it just waxed the heck out of it. And so when you put something hot on it, it gets like this white film, this white, a reverse burn almost. Like it makes all the wood warm, and then you have to take something hot on top of it to get the wax to remelt and turn back to clear. It really needs to probably be sanded and recoated with something that's not so waxy. But I cook meals every day. I am an amazing cook. And a lot of times we just bring bowls of hot plates or hot stuff to the table, and we have to find stuff to set under it so that it doesn't do that weird melty thing. So my husband asked for hot pads, which is crazy because he's actually asking me for stuff to make now because he realizes like this is actually useful and saving us money. I saw a hot pad at Home. I think that's the name of the store, At Home. $9. $9.99. It was this size, and it was just wool that had been felted. $10. This was scraps. So, and look how thick that is. That is easily, I'll say it's about 1/2 inch. I just made it in a round with my scraps. I made 3 of them. This one reminds me of the sun in the sky. And they're not perfect, but they're hot pads. They're, you know, and then I made a square one. And again, that's leftover, so it's not perfect, but we'll, you know, we'll cover that. Now it's pretty. Hot pads with my leftovers. So that's another use for that super thick cotton. And these are all machine washable, which is awesome. So I think I'll have one more thing to show you guys, and then we can end the video. I got to strip down Brunhilde again because this is another one of those smaller person patterns. It fits me, but it doesn't look right on me because you know, this is for my daughter. This is the poncho she asked for, and I'll show you. Now keep in mind, Brunhilde is an extra small, and my daughter is not. My daughter takes after her mom up here, so she's got some, you know, she's got some chi-chis happening. And this needs to be blocked, but this is all kinds of patterns mixed together. There's Granny and Virus. And then I took this element down here from Bag O'Day's, I think it's the Pure Innocence shawl, which is one of the patterns I bought from her. So it's got some of the elements from that. But it does need to be blocked. And of course it will look different on my daughter because she's not an extra small. Isn't that cool? So I hope she likes it. It wants to fly away on its own. Oh, I'm gonna fly away. I'm kind of proud of that. And that's another thing. I just kind of like threw a bunch of stitches together, and I'm shocked it worked out as well as it did, because I know that the Granny and the Virus shawl work together, but I didn't exactly follow the pattern at all. I just kind of went from memory. And the same with the Pure Innocence elements. I did not follow the pattern. I just went from what I could remember. And I actually made the Pure Innocence shawl, but I sent that to someone very special, and I got an email saying that she loved it. So that made me super happy. Hi, by the way, you know who you are. I wish I'd taken a picture of it, but she took a picture of herself wearing it. So I may put in a clip at the end of the video of the Pure Innocence shawl that I made. I made it with the Premier Basics yarn. It's so squishy, and like, I really, really am glad I like the way it turned out. It looks gray on camera, but if you take it out into the direct sunlight, it is a rainbow of colors. Like, let me show you. Let's see if we can get it to show up on the camera. It is like all the colors. See? And it comes out across almost purple in the light. We got a crazy little jumping bean outside. So I'm proud of this. She hasn't come down from her cave yet, so I don't know if she likes it or not, but I'm going to end the video here. And I think I might put a picture of the Pure Innocent shawl. I'll crop my friend's head out so that in case she doesn't want to be shown, you know. But I'm really proud of it. I'm proud of everything I made. Because when you got pneumonia, like, it's hard to, do you need something?
Yeah.
What?
You want meatballs? I'm making lunch.
I'm not hungry right now, but go ahead and make those.
Sorry to interrupt. Like,
You're fine?
because I'm making some for Lucas too. So.
I can always cut this part out. It's not a big deal. She came out of her cave, apparently. She does not want to be on camera ever. She's insecure. She is. I love her. I think she's gorgeous. I know she's gorgeous. But she's very teenagery and insecure, like I was when I was her age. Which I hate. I wish I could take that away from her. Anyway, let's throw this back on Brunhilde until Miss Jujubee cleans it. Brunhilde doesn't like to be naked. I mean, she likes to be in the center of attention, but she doesn't like not having clothes on. She gives me a hard time later. She'll like fall out of her stand and be like, I told you. I'm just saying. What are you gonna do? Anyway, I'm gonna end the video and I am going to probably clean up in here a little bit, put stuff away, go through my yarn stash and figure out what I'm gonna make next so I can show you guys that too. That's the hardest thing, is like I keep going through. I have amazing yarn. I'm so blessed with what I've been able to collect. And sometimes I come in here and I just look at it because I love it so much. And I'm like, what am I going to make next? And I have a lot of my Premier yarns, like the coffee shop. I have a whole stash of it over there. And I'm afraid to like make a big project out of it, because then I'm like, oh, well, what if I run out and I don't have it anymore? What if they discontinue it? And that comes from being so poor as a child. Like, that's the need to store and keep the things that, you know, you value. But I'm trying to, as much as I can, use some of the older yarn, because I don't want it to dry rot. I don't want it to smell like dust. And I like making room for new yarn to keep coming in, so I can keep it refreshing. So, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to count, okay? This was 5 skeins, 5. This was 6, 11. This was 6. So 6 plus 11 is 18, right? 17? You have to excuse my brain. I'm 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17. I just wanted to make sure. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I have used 25 skeins of yarn since January 1st. Yay! When you're in bed, you ain't got nothing else to do. Oh, something's annoying my son. I'm gonna go. He doesn't like being ignored for too long, and this video is almost 40 minutes. 1 second, darling. So, I hope you all have a fantastic day. I'm going to upload the video, get busy here, take care of them, and, you know, mommy stuff. Thank you for joining me. Bye.